Okay, so welcome everyone to the evening meditation. Thanks for joining us. Going to be doing a meditation based on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 286, which is a lovely one, perfect one for meditation. So just making yourself comfortable somewhere. You're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour. Just putting your phone on mute or silent for that time. And start off by sitting comfortably, so feet shoulder width apart. Just close your eyes, cup your hands in your lap. And let's start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. So breathing in, so notice how the stomach rises, chest rises. Notice the subtle flow of life energy rising up from the lower stomach and spine into the heart center. So today's lesson is all about the heart, so just connecting with that. Feeling a nice warm feeling rising up into the head. It's a maximal inhale breath. Pause, just connect with the stillness at the top of the inhale. And do a little check-in, mental and emotional check-in. Notice any thoughts that you're thinking. Notice any emotions that go along with them. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future. Any thought that's kind of contracted, negative, doesn't feel very good. Notice the emotional quality, the emotional tone of the thought. Notice any physical sensations that show up. Maybe there's an uncomfortable feeling somewhere in your body, a knot in your stomach, tightness in your chest, dry mouth, clenched jaw, sweaty palms. At the extreme, panic attacks can manifest just from our thoughts. So noticing all of that. And you're just going to let it go with the breath. So just choose to empty yourself. As you exhale, just releasing. As you're blowing it all out like a black smoke out of your mouth. Pull the lower stomach into the spine. And so you're completely empty. And just connect with the stillness, the emptiness, but you're still aware. You're just not thinking. So this is about stopping the thinking mind, creating some space, some spacious awareness, so that you can receive these ideas. So an empty vessel is open to receive. If your mind is cluttered and full of thoughts, then there's no room in your cup to receive anything. So just breathing in again, nice deep inhale breath through the nose. Just pay attention to the subtle sensations of the breath. So notice the stomach rising, the chest rising, a nice warm feeling flowing into your heart center, rising up from the lower stomach and spine into your chest, into your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Notice the stillness and the peace that arise in these gaps. So as I'm speaking and as you're breathing, just notice the gaps between breaths, the gaps between words and sentences. Because it's in these gaps that you really start to connect with the essence of what the words are pointing to, which is formless stillness that's beyond words. So exhale, sigh it all out, make it all sound in the back of your throat. Air flows out of your nostrils, the chest and the stomach suck back in. Just bringing your mind completely into the present by noticing all of these physical sensations around the breath. Okay, and pause. Find that naturally a peace just arises in the gap between breaths. And then you repeat the cycle, breathing in, the stomach rises, the chest rises, subtle flow of air into your nostrils. Feel this life energy rising up from the lower stomach and spine into the crown of your head. And you pause, exhale. Just try and fog sunglasses, but you keep your mouth closed. And the chest and the stomach suck back in. And then just repeat the cycle. So step back and just watch your breath. It's part of your awareness that you can just observe, that doesn't have to be consciously engaged in the activity. Breathing happens automatically, so you don't have to try and breathe. You don't have to stress, strain, or strive about it. You can just step back and watch. And as you watch in the observation, just notice that a stillness starts to arise. Your mind starts to quiet and you just come into the awareness of the present moment. Naturally, a stillness arises. True awareness, what A Course in Miracles calls your Holy Spirit, one of the names for it anyway. So as you keep watching your breath, this very still, calm, mindful way, I'll remind you to do that every now and then. Just listen to these words. So in answer to the question, what is the Holy Spirit? The preliminary section to this series of workbook lessons we're on at the moment. And just listen in a way that allows these words and these ideas just to drop into your mind. Just to sink into a deeper part of your mind, your subconscious, which is where they're really needed. That's where the undoing of the ego's thought system separation is needed. So you just listen without trying to intellectually understand the words, evaluate them, analyze them. Nothing to do with your conscious mind, just very still, calm, and present. And you keep watching your breath to keep you there in that state, and the ideas just permeate into your awareness. And that way they'll go into a deeper part of your mind, your subconscious, where without the normal subconscious mind defenses. So that way they'll sink into where they're really needed. And just trust that they'll do their work there without your conscious understanding being required. So just keep watching your breath as you listen to these words from Jesus, who's really just, he's not a man, he's the Christ consciousness, the higher self that is in all of us. It's really just your own higher self, higher awareness speaking to you through this course, through these words, and now through me. So it just uses whichever channel is open and available to it. It's not a personal self. There's no personal interests. So what is the Holy Spirit? And the Holy Spirit mediates between illusions and the truth, since he must bridge the gap between reality and dreams. Perception leads to knowledge through the grace that God has given him. You can always substitute the word love for God, through the grace that love has given him. to be his gift to everyone who turns to him for truth. Across the bridge that he provides are dreams all carried to the truth, to be dispelled before the light of knowledge. There are sights and sounds forever laid aside, and where they were perceived before, forgiveness has made possible perception's tranquil end. Keep watching your breath and letting this peace, this tranquility just wash over your mind, sinking a little bit deeper into that peace with each breath, keeping your mind very clear, calm, empty, open, and aware. If any thoughts come in, just obviously distracting or disturbing thoughts, just notice them and then let them go gently by returning all your awareness to your breath. So you don't fight them or actively resist them, just put your attention elsewhere, put your attention on your breath, and they will disappear like cloud patterns. It's being blown away by the wind of your breath. So keep watching your breath and listening in this very calm, clear state of awareness. And let's continue with the section. So the goal the Holy Spirit's teaching sets is just this end of dreams. For sights and sounds must be translated from the witnesses of fear to those of love. And when this is entirely accomplished, learning has achieved the only goal it has in truth. For learning, as the Holy Spirit guides it to the outcome he perceives for it, comes the means to go beyond itself, to be replaced by the eternal truth. If you but knew how much your Father yearns to have you recognize your sinlessness, you would not let his voice appeal in vain, nor turn away from his replacement with the fearful images and dreams you made. The Holy Spirit understands the means you made by which you would attain what is forever unattainable. And if you offer them to him, he will employ the means you made for exile to restore your mind to where it truly is at home. So just pause, reflect on that. Holy Spirit is the intermediary between your seemingly separated mind, the ego, and the domain of knowledge, oneness, perfect oneness, which of course calls the Father, your source, your higher self. Remember, the words just really point you to an inner state of being, an experience that is beyond words. So keep listening in this very mindful way, just letting the words penetrate in to a deeper part of your mind as we finish the lesson. Just keep watching your breath as you listen. So from knowledge, where he has been placed by God or love, the Holy Spirit calls to you to let forgiveness rest upon your dreams and be restored to sanity and peace of mind. Without forgiveness will your dreams remain to terrify you, and the memory of all your Father's love will not return to signify the end of dreams has come. Accept your Father's gift. It is a call from love to love, that it be but itself. And the Holy Spirit is his gift, by which the quietness of heaven is restored to God's beloved Son. Would you refuse to take the function of completing God, completing love itself, and all God, or this infinite eternal love, if you prefer thinking of it in that way, wills is that you be complete. So just pause and reflect on that. Would you refuse to take the function of completing love, remaining separate from it, apart from it? Incomplete yourself, because you can only be complete when you merge your mind with love, which is the only will that love has. To be complete in itself. So let's move on to today's workbook lesson 286. Start off, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Imagine you filling up your lower stomach, breathing into the belly button. Feel a nice warm tingling feeling flowing into your belly button, into your heart center. Just feel that life energy filling you up. To the upper chest, on the head. Just pause at the top of the inhale. Connect with the stillness again. Again, scan your mind and notice any thoughts still lurking there that are obviously distracting or disturbing. And just apply today's idea to them. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Just say that to yourself. The hush of heaven, the quietness of heaven holds my heart today. It's very poetic language. And let that connect you with a sense of peace and stillness that are beyond any of these mental interpolations. And as you exhale, just being willing to let go of all that thought that doesn't really serve you. Just dropping it with the breath. It's a full maximal exhale. Pull the lower stomach into the spine to release the last remaining air out. And then you just sit quietly in the hush of heaven. Drop your attention down into your heart center. Feel a nice warm, tingling energy in your heart. And now as you breathe in again, breathe this warm feeling into your heart, warm tingling sensation. Flowing into your heart center, just filling it up from that central point, which is your heart chakra. It's radiating out from there, filling up your whole upper chest, flowing up into your head, down into your stomach. Imagine that presence, this loving essence, just infusing every cell of your body, every muscle, in this quiet, peaceful, beautiful feeling. If you notice anything that's not quiet and beautiful and peaceful, just observe it and again let it go with the breath. Just easing it all out, blowing it all out with the breath. Into nothingness that was, still is. Okay, notice that stillness in which the hush of heaven holds your heart. Keep your attention in your heart center. Keep watching your breath, breathing this life energy into your heart center. You hold it there briefly. Pause. And then you say, the hush of heaven holds my heart today. Feel the peace and the love inherent in that statement. Smile. And then you exhale and just extend that love outwards. And then repeat the cycle. So just keep watching your breath. This very calm, present way. Again, listening to these words, just letting them drop in to the still, calm, empty, spacious awareness that you've opened up in your mind. So, Father, Source, addressing your own source of your true mind. How still today, how still I am today, how quietly do all things fall in place. This is the day that has been chosen as a time in which I come to understand the lesson that there is no need that I do anything. In you is every choice already made. In you has every conflict been resolved. In you is everything I hope to find already given me. Your peace is mine. My heart is quiet and my mind at rest. Your love is heaven and your love is mine. So just feel this hush of heaven in your heart. Feel the peace of God caressing your mind. Drop your attention into your heart center and notice quietness and the sense of rest in your heart. So the stillness of today will give us hope. We have found the way and traveled far along it to a holy certain goal. Today we will not doubt the end, which God Himself will love itself, has promised us. We trust in Him, we trust in love, and in our capital self, who still is one with Him, with God or love. And so with that trust, just let go of everything. Just be willing to surrender all thoughts, emotions, desires, expectations, fears, worries. Let it all go. Drop your attention into your heart center as you keep watching your breath. And say, the hush of heaven holds my heart today. And then let go completely and just surrender into the stillness, into the peace. For the next 2 minutes of silence, think nothing and just be. Let the hush of heaven hold your heart. If you notice any thoughts arising, just observe them. Imagine they're like cloud patterns in the sky, just drifting by. Turn your attention to the breath, just blow them away with that awareness. Turning your mind to the eternal sky, which is your true awareness. The remainder of this period of silence, another minute, just sink in to the hush of heaven in your heart. So just gently bring your awareness back from this hush of heaven. Hopefully you got a real glimpse of it. This deep state of peace that has been called heaven. It's really just a state of mind. You're going to come gently back on the count of 3 into your body. So 1, just noticing the breath, the stomach rise, the chest rise, the subtle flow of air into the nostrils. It's nice, warm, tingling feeling rising up the spine from the lower stomach and spine, up into the crown of the head. Notice the stillness. So pause at the top of the inhale. And then exhale, sighing it all out. Air flows out of the nostrils, sighed out. And the chest and the stomach sucked back in. And again, pause at the bottom of the exhale. Just notice that stillness that hopefully you've connected with very deeply over the last half an hour is still very much there. Even though you're coming back into sensory awareness. So 2, just noticing all your senses and what you're feeling, touching your hands. Maybe there's a subtle flow of air on your skin. Notice the weight of your body pressing down into the chair, your feet touching the ground. Maybe there's a subtle taste in your mouth, a smell in your nose. And notice what you're hearing. And noticing all these things from this very still, calm, peaceful place. And there's no judgment. You're not mentally labeling any of the sense perceptions. That's where judgment starts. We name things. And then we create a story about them. Well, that's not very nice, or that person shouldn't be doing that, or that shouldn't be happening. And so resistance creeps in. And of course, all of these thoughts disturb our peace. And this is about finding the peace that passes all worldly understanding. It's beyond sense perceptions. It's beyond the thought system of this world, which is called the ego's thought system. in the Course in Miracles. So 3, open your eyes and just look around. As you observe, just noticing whatever's around you. You can look things close by, a little bit further away, to the side, behind you. And again, just observe without naming anything, judging it, labeling it, no mental commentary. Really pay attention to the underlying stillness, presence, from which your perception now arises when you're in this very peaceful state. Because that's the state you want to be in as much as possible. So notice it, anchor it in for the rest of the evening to help you to do it and stay here in this peaceful place. Just practice today's lesson every hour. If you're on the WhatsApp group, I've sent you a recording to help you to do that. If you're not and you're out there on YouTube, just pay attention to your breath. It only takes a few moments of awareness just to reconnect with your breath. Take a nice deep breath in. You notice all the sensations. Your breath to bring your mind into present moment awareness. Scan your mind. You notice any obviously distracting or disturbing, distressing thoughts, and then you remind yourself the hush of heaven holds my heart. You reconnect with this total peace and stillness that hopefully you've connected with quite deeply over the last 30 odd minutes. And then you exhale and just release anything that's disturbing you and let the peace just wash over you. So I wish you that, a very peaceful, flowing evening ahead and a very good night's sleep. And I hope to connect with you again tomorrow evening or tomorrow during the day. So we've got a meditation in the afternoon at 12:30 UK time. That's 1:30 SA time. And then at 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. SA time. So do join us then. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified when I go live, which is always in the evenings. If you want to know more about these meditations and sign up for the afternoon session, go to freemeditations.online and see that in the text message attached to this video. Click the link and go and do your thing, and you can join any of these sessions. So thank you for listening, and I wish you a very peaceful evening ahead. Namaste.